That took a minute to set up, but hello everybody. So, dang it. You know, Karina here. Um, so today I thought that I could show you guys how to play a game. Now, I have the air on because it's really humid, so I hope it doesn't bother, the background noise too much. But there's not really anything I can do about it if it's that much of a problem, because it's just too fucking hot. But aside from that, going to be teaching you guys how to play a game today. It's going to be very easy. All you need is a pencil and some paper. You could pretty much play this when you're hanging out with friends, if you're in, school or college, or if you're waiting for something and you're with somebody, you can play this with, you only need one other person, but you can do this with 4 or 5 people if you want. So basically, when I was in high school, I had a ceramics class. It was terrible. That's a story for another day. We didn't learn anything. And so in class, one of the girls who liked to draw let me play this game with her and this other guy who she would play it with every day. And she showed me how to play. So it's basically a drawing game where you have like battles and fights and wars for no reason whatsoever. It's just you can have dialogue with each other, make fun of stuff, or talk about random things, and it just really gives you a chance to like interact with each other while also playing some game to occupy your attention. So I'm going to be teaching you guys how to play a game today, and it's basically a very easy game that anyone can play. It doesn't really have a name, and if any of you want to give this game a name, you can totally post in the comment section, and I don't know, I'll give it a name. But this is just a game that I played when I was in the 9th grade, and I had a girl who showed me how to play. She was playing with a friend of hers, this one guy, these 2 people I befriended. And we would play in the ceramics class, which was a terrible fucking class, but that's another story for another day. We just didn't learn or do anything. So this is something you can play at home with your siblings, or you can play this with your friends if you're bored in school, in college, wherever. It's just a simple drawing game. You just need pencil and paper. So I'm just going to start now. Basically, you need a background. Now, I already drew the background because I fucked up the damn explanation. So I'm just going to kind of recreate it or whatever. The background is going to be some sort of a terrain. When I finish this, I'm probably just going to use the one that I already drew because I like that one. And this is very sketchy. So I remember one fight that we did, we used water as the terrain, and they would always have me draw the backgrounds. So that was always interesting. But we would take turns. So if somebody decided to pick the terrain this time, it'd be the next person the next time, and so on and so forth. We've done all sorts of stuff like safaris and, castle theme, a mountain, all sorts of stuff. Like, it doesn't matter, just whatever you want to decide on. And yeah, so there you go. Basically, there's your background. The other background I did was this one. I'm going to go with the other one because the water's higher, and I just remembered something that we did when we played. Moving on from that, there's not really many rules to this game. The whole point of what is going on. So I'm going to go with this background because the water's higher, and I remember some stuff that we did when we played the game. On to the rules. There aren't really many rules. It's just a game to have fun, but we do take turns, so you can just choose who goes first, second, and third how you would normally choose with a game. Like, whoever raises their hand the highest draws a straw, any, mini, miny, mo. You just say, oh, I want to go first, whatever. So after you pick who's first, then you have to also pick a theme for the characters. So you can pick animals, you can pick anime characters, TV shows, movies, you could pick celebrities, whatever you want, and then those are going to be the characters that you do for this entire thing. Now, I remember for this game, because of one move that I made, that we did video game characters. So for example, if you're trying to do video game characters, then if it's your turn first, then the first person who you'll draw is, I need to think of somebody. Okay, so you can start off with like Princess Peach. You don't even have to be a good artist. You can draw however you want. It doesn't matter. You can do stick figures. And you'll see what I mean in a minute, because our friend, he couldn't draw at all. So he would just do this one thing over and over. It was pretty funny. So this will be Princess Peach, even though this isn't what she looks like or whatever. Who cares? So yeah, so there she is. And she's just there. She's just established now. Then it's the next person's turn. So the next person, and I'm making layers so that I can remember whose turn is who, because I gotta play 3 people to kind of recreate what it's like to play. So again, it's on paper. As long as you remember who you drew, you'll be fine. So second layer will be, I guess, my turn. Let me think of another character. So I'm just going to draw Pac-Man for the next turn. Now the way we usually did it was everybody puts their characters out on the field for the first turn. It wasn't really something that we spoke about, but we just did it that way so that by the second round you can choose whether you want to make another character or have your character attack, basically. So yeah, this is Pac-Man. Then for the third turn, this is what my friend would do all the time. He would draw birds, and they would always look like this. And that's pretty much it. And we would be like, what game character is that? And he's like, there's gotta be some kind of bird in the game. And he would just draw these. I'm probably drawing it a little bit, I guess, better than he would. It would just be this really like frumpy, like, yeah, more like that. He would draw like a, there we go. That's what it would look like. So he's just like, you know, there's gotta be at least one bird in a game. So, you know, there you go. It's a bird. And we're like, okay. So we just allowed him to do it because the whole point is to have fun, you know. So then for the next turn, let's say that the first person wants to make a new character. So first person she decides to make will be Pikachu. So, you know, you can put like 2 little things right there. And remember, the goal is to keep your characters on at least one character alive the whole time. So we're just going to say that that's Pikachu. I forgot how Pikachu's designed, but I'm going to assume that that's it. So for my turn, I'm going to choose to attack. You know, let's say that I just chose to attack. So then I would just draw Pac-Man over here, basically, and do this. And then I would always draw like someone dead, and then I would put D-E-A-D. So now their character is dead. You can do it any way that you want. Like she would put KO or something. Like everybody do something different. So I still have Pac-Man, but I'm just gonna now scribble out the old Pac-Man because I don't want to get confused because now he's over here. Then for the next turn, so you know, you would probably draw another bird, maybe, just to have a second character out. And we'd be like, okay, well, what bird is that? And then he'd come up with some sort of like funny thing for like what kind of bird he just made. And he didn't do this every game. He did like draw some characters, and eventually here he did some other stuff too, but just to give you an idea. Why did I make a new layer? So then it's her turn, and so she still has one character, and so now she could maybe choose to attack one of his birds. So since she has Peach or something, she throws a mushroom. So it's just like that, and you just draw like the mushroom. I think that's one of her powers, right? Yeah. So then she'd just probably be like, you know, KO. And then if you want to, you can keep score. It's up to you. It doesn't really matter. So for my next turn, I'm going to just make another character. And I remember I did Diddy Kong. And we tried to keep the characters true to like how they actually fight. So since Diddy, they were like, well, Diddy Kong's a monkey. She can't be underwater. And I was like, no, they do swim underwater in the game. This is a terrible drawing because I don't remember what she fucking looks like anymore. But I was like, no, she definitely is underwater. You never played? You don't see her swim? So, looks like she's digging her hand into her underwear. That's terrible. I'm so sorry. I probably got her name wrong too, but the one with the blonde ponytail. Anyway, so I drew her down there. Sometimes when we played, we would also have the choice to make 2 characters per round. We've done that before too. But this is just to give you an idea how things go. So to give you another example of something that will happen would be, that, you know, for example, this was when we did the safari one, but I'm just going to draw it here. The theme was like mythical creatures, basically. So my friend made a dragon, and it was just this, and she spent so much time on it. She wouldn't let us look at the paper. She was like, don't look, don't look. And we're like, okay. So I'm just gonna draw this dragon real quick and come back. Okay, so I'm back now with this dragon. So she basically created, I think a car is coming, a motorcycle. So she basically created a dragon that like wiped out half of the characters over here. Like, just imagine that there's like 16 characters over here or something, and she just wiped them all out with the dragon's blast. And we're like, you can't do that. And she's like, we didn't make a rule of how many people you could kill at once. And from then on, we would like kill multiple people and make multiple people. But yeah, she was like, and my dragon is diamond encrusted, so your sword won't work on my dragon, because like one of us had a knight or something. So we were just sitting there trying to figure out how to kill this fucking dragon, because all we could do is make characters, and we were going to fill up the paper at some point. So we're just like, well, what the hell? What do you want us to do? So she's like, I'm the winner. And then finally I came up with an idea, and I was like, I got the perfect thing. And then I was like, now you give me a minute. And I wouldn't let them look at the paper. And then I just did the simplest thing in the world. I was just like... So basically I drew a wizard and just had to electrocute the thing to death. And she was like, no, you can't do that. I was like, it's magic. It's not just any electricity. It's from the magical wand. It's a magical spell that breaks through the diamond wand. Magic defeats diamonds. So now you lose. And then she had to make a normal character again for the next round. But now that I've gone through that whole thing, it's a really fun game. I really wish that I could play it with someone now, because it's been quite a while since I played this game. But it's just really simple and fun. If I can think of any other paper games to show you guys, or something that you can easily do, maybe I'll make more videos in the future. If you guys have any weird, quirky, like, stuff like this that isn't an official game, it's just something that you guys made up, you can definitely share it in the comments. Also, as a quick update, I finally figured out the perfect thing for me to draw during the Let's Talk videos, because I have this internal struggle where I'm like, I want to record myself drawing and talking, but like, what if the drawing's so good I want to just make it a drawing video? You know, and most of my drawings, I just want to make it a drawing video. So I'm like, what am I supposed to do? But I finally realized I want to practice certain drawings, and I do it when I'm not recording. So what I'm going to start doing is taking a picture, and usually the tutorials is something you have to pay for, and I can't afford them. So I just try like mimic what I can see. So if I have a tutorial, or if it's one of those things where you have to pay and they just give you the preview, I'm just going to try like mimic what I see and learn from that. And I will be recording that and then talking over it. So that way there's still something visual, and seeing me do it, maybe it can help you to like mimic this stuff too. And yeah, so that's what I'm gonna start doing with those things. It'll be the next thing I work on, most likely. So I hope you guys have a nice fun day. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.